welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day, but the drama in Genoa City is absolutely storming, and we have so much to unpack right now. Grab your snacks, get comfortable, and prepare yourselves because we are diving deep into the latest jaw-dropping chaos. Let's get right into it. Oh my god, I'm screaming. Okay, listen, I was literally just sitting here eating my dinner, completely minding my own business, watching the latest episode, and I actually choked on my drink. I am not even exaggerating. My jaw dropped. The drama that is unfolding with the Winters family right now is so dramatic. I can't even deal right now. Honestly, I had to pause and text my friend immediately because I was like, are you serious right now? The writers are literally unhinged for this. Wait, let me back up because I am getting way too ahead of myself and I need to explain what is actually happening. But seriously, mark my words, this is going to end badly for someone. Okay, so picture this. Lily Winters shows up at the Abbott mansion. Right. And she is absolutely falling apart. Like, full-on weeping, face covered in tears, looking like her entire life has just shattered into a million pieces. She walks in and Tracy Abbott is there, and honestly, bless Tracy, she is literally the saint of Genoa City. We do not deserve her. Lily just looks at her and says, I feel like my whole world is falling apart and I need a friend to tell me it's going to be okay. I literally felt my heart break into pieces. I was yelling at my screen, someone hug her. Tracy, being the absolute angel she is, immediately asks what is wrong. Lily is so panicked because Malcolm confided in her earlier that morning and explicitly told her not to tell anyone. But she is bursting at the seams with this secret. Tracy promises to keep her mouth shut, which is insane by the way, because keeping secrets in this town never works out. But whatever. Anyway, Anne asks how Malcolm is doing. And Lily just completely breaks down and blurts out, he's not okay. And then she drops the absolute bomb. Malcolm has aplastic anemia. I mean, I knew he was sick, but hearing it out loud just makes it so real. And the worst part, he asked Lily to be his bone marrow donor, and she can't. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, I forgot to mention earlier, but Lily had cancer years ago. So because of her past cancer treatments, she is completely medically disqualified from donating bone marrow to save her own father. The tragedy of it all. She literally cries to Tracy, if he doesn't find another donor soon, I don't know what I'm going to do. The sheer desperation in her voice. I can't breathe. It is so heartbreaking. She feels so incredibly helpless, and I am just sitting here like, why can't this family catch a break? Tracy, honestly, she needs to be a professional therapist at this point. She looks at Lily and gives her this incredibly moving pep talk. She tells her, you cannot lose hope. There is every reason to believe there is a donor out there who can help Malcolm. Tracy is always the voice of reason. She practically begs Lily to go tell Malcolm immediately that she isn't a match so he can start looking at other options. Which, duh. Obviously, he needs to know so he doesn't just sit around waiting for Lily's marrow when it's literally not an option. I was nodding along like, yes Tracy, tell her. She needs to get it together. I swear, time is of the essence here. Okay, where was I? Right. So while Lily is having this massive emotional breakdown at the Abbott house, we cut over to Crimson Lights. And let me tell you, the vibes over there are tense. Dr. Stephanie Simmons is there with Malcolm and Holden Novak. Yes, Holden. The guy who has been running around town, completely oblivious to his actual DNA. Stephanie is standing there, looking all serious and doctor-like, and she announces that before anyone makes any rash decisions, they need to find out if Holden is a match for the bone marrow transplant. Because, and don't even get me started on this, Holden is Malcolm's son. Literally, my brain is still malfunctioning from this reveal. Holden is just standing there, looking like he got hit by a truck, and honestly, can you blame him? He just found out his entire life is a lie. His last name Novak is basically meaningless. His mom has been lying to him for decades, and he suddenly has a half-sister. He literally says out loud, I'm getting a sister. This is unbelievable. The poor guy is so stunned. Malcolm looks at him, and you can see the desperation in Malcolm's eyes. Malcolm admits he's in shock too, but he actually tells Holden that he hopes, eventually, Holden will want to have a real relationship with him. I was like, but also, read the room, Malcolm. The kid is processing 20 years of trauma in 5 minutes. Stephanie, who is honestly acting so strictly business right now to cover up her massive guilt, pulls out her phone and calls a nearby clinic. She sets up an appointment for Holden to get tested that very afternoon. She hangs up, tells Holden the clinic will take him, and Holden just wanders off, probably to go have an existential crisis in an alleyway or talk to Claire, I don't even know. he just leaves. And the second he is out of earshot, the tension between Malcolm and Stephanie explodes. I am talking full-on soap opera fireworks. I was literally gripping the edge of my seat. Malcolm turns to Stephanie, and he is furious. He looks at her and says, "I can't believe you did this. How could you keep my son from me?" The audacity of this woman, honestly. I mean, I get that it was the 90s and things were complicated, but hiding a whole human child? Not okay. I'm done. Stephanie gets super defensive, of course. She throws it right back in his face, saying that they were already broken up when she left town, and she didn't want to disrupt his life. She didn't want to ruin his rising career. Like, oh, so you just decided to play God with his paternity. Make it make sense. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, they actually bring up Drusilla. Yes, iconic Drusilla Winters. They start reminiscing for a hot second about how Drusilla and Olivia originally set them up way back in the day. They thought Malcolm and Stephanie were such a perfect match. Hearing Drew's name literally gave me chills. It's such a deep cut to the show's history. But the nostalgia quickly fades because Stephanie hits Malcolm with a massive reality check. She asks him, straight up, "Were you really ready for a baby back then? Or would you have resented him?" And Malcolm, oh man, he just looks at her, completely defeated, and says, "I guess we'll never know. The drama, the angst, I am literally unwell." Okay, so back to Lily. She finally takes Tracy's advice and texts Malcolm to meet up. They agree to meet at the Genoa City Athletic Club GCC. I love how everyone in this town just casually meets at the GCC when their lives are imploding. I always wonder what they actually serve at the GCC. Like, do they have good fries? Wait. Focus, sorry, my ADHD is showing. Anyway, Lily walks in, and she is clearly still a mess. She sits down with Malcolm, and she is bracing herself to deliver the worst news ever. She starts to tell him that she can't be his donor. She is probably expecting him to break down or panic. But wait, Malcolm stops her. He looks at her and says he already knows. Lily is so confused, like, what do you mean you know? And Malcolm drops the fact that his old friend Stephanie already told him. Because remember, Stephanie is a doctor and she already knew Lily's medical history or figured it out. Lily's brain immediately starts spinning. She connects the dots. She asks Malcolm, is that why her doctor is in Genoa City? Did she come here because of you? She is putting the pieces together so fast. Malcolm looks at Lily and he has this completely unreadable expression. He tells her that yes, that is part of the reason Stephanie is in town. But the other part, he says she came to bring him a miracle, you guys. He is obviously talking about Holden being his biological son and potential bone marrow donor. But Lily doesn't fully grasp the Holden part yet. She is just hearing this and her mind is going to some wild places. Which brings me to my next point, because Lily's reaction to this is actually insane. Okay, listen. Lily starts getting super paranoid. She literally starts suspecting that Stephanie is faking this entire scenario. Yes, Lily thinks Stephanie might be intentionally creating a fake narrative to trick Holden or manipulate the situation. Why would she do that? I mean, Stephanie has been lying for decades, so I guess Lily has a right to be suspicious. But to fake a paternity test and a bone marrow match, that is unhinged. Lily is sitting there, wheels turning in her head, wondering if Stephanie is orchestrating this whole miracle just to trap Malcolm or manipulate Holden. I'm calling it now. This is going to cause a massive rift. Lily is going to go full detective mode, and it is going to get so messy. I really need to talk about Lily's mindset right now because it's actually so deep. She has been through so much lately with the whole fake kidnapping thing with Victor and Kane, and now she's facing the mortality of the man who raised her. She is projecting all her trust issues onto Stephanie. In Lily's mind, everyone in Genoa City has a hidden agenda. Victor had one, Kane had one, so why wouldn't Stephanie? She literally cannot accept that a miracle just walked into town. She thinks it's a con, and honestly, part of me is like, what if Lily is right? What if Stephanie is playing some twisted game? Probably not, but the fact that Lily is going there just shows how broken she is right now. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's just think about what this means for Holden. He is off getting his blood drawn, or whatever at the clinic, completely unaware that his new half-sister thinks his mom is a criminal mastermind. Can you imagine the tension when the test results come back? If Holden is a match, Lily is going to scrutinize those lab reports like she is a forensic scientist. She is going to demand a second opinion. I just know it. She is going to be like, Did Stephanie forge these documents? It is going to be so dramatic. And if he's not a match, oh my god, Malcolm is going to be back to square one, dying of aplastic anemia, while his newly discovered son hates him and his daughter is having a paranoid breakdown in the middle of the GCAC dining room. I honestly cannot handle the stress of this storyline. I am way too invested in these people. I literally talk about them like they're my neighbors. My family is probably so sick of me yelling at the TV every time Stephanie comes on screen. But seriously, the confrontation at Crimson Lights was everything. Vivica Fox and Shemar Moore are acting their absolute hearts out. When Malcolm asked her why she kept his son away, the pain in his voice was so real. And Stephanie bringing up Drusilla was such a low blow, but also so effective. It really makes you think about the history of the show and how all these characters are so deeply intertwined. If Drusilla were here right now, she would probably slap Stephanie and then hug Malcolm. I miss her so much. Okay, where was I? Right, so the clinic. Stephanie calling the clinic right then, and that just shows how she operates. She is a doctor first, mother second right now. She is trying to fix the medical problem to avoid dealing with the emotional fallout of what she has done to Holden and Malcolm. It's a classic avoidance tactic. And Lily doing the exact same thing by focusing on her suspicion of Stephanie instead of just being happy that Malcolm might have a donor. These people all need therapy. Tracy needs to open a practice and just bill them all hourly because she is the only one with any sense left. I am literally counting down the minutes until the next episode. Will Holden be a match? Will Lily confront Stephanie and accuse her of faking the whole thing? Will Malcolm survive this aplastic anemia storyline? I am sweating just thinking about it. Had to pause my whole life just to process this. I'm calling it now. This is going to be the storyline of the year. Mark my words, I am dead. I can't breathe. Okay, I need to go calm down and rewatch that GCAC scene to see if Lily's eye twitched when Malcolm said miracle.